Welcome to the most critical period in Deep Purple history. The early 1970s was the year when rock music shed its skin, broke away from its blues foundations, and took on a harder, more technical structure. The Mark II lineup, Ian Gillan, Ritchie Blackmore, Roger Glover, John Lord, and Ian Paice, was ready to shake the world. This group wasn't just a musical ensemble, it worked like an atom smasher. When they entered the studio, they didn't just have their instruments with them, they had a desire to push the limits of music. Highway Star was the first spark of this energy, and in this documentary, you will feel every second of how this spark turned into a massive fire. While the music industry at the time was slower and more commercial, Purple was coming to break all the rules. It all started on a tour bus. Yes, you heard that right. When a journalist asked Ritchie Blackmore, "How do you write songs?" Blackmore picked up his acoustic guitar and started playing that famous G major riff. Ian Gillan, with his improvisational talent at that moment, hummed the words, "I'm a highway star." This was a moment that started as a joke, but changed rock history. The sound of the bus engine, the rhythm of the road, and the scenery outside had already determined the tempo of the song. Those on the bus that day didn't know they were witnessing the birth of one of the greatest rock anthems of the century. Music was born from life itself, from the mundanity of a journey, but the result would never be ordinary. When Deep Purple went to Montreux, Switzerland to record the Machine Head album, they were unaware of what would happen to them. That famous fire at the Frank Zappa concert burned the casino where they were supposed to record to ashes. However, this disaster did not kill the band's creativity. On the contrary, it fueled it. While smoke covered the sky, the band members found a mobile studio and settled into an empty hotel corridor. Highway Star came to life in the midst of this chaos and uncertainty, in a cold hotel corridor. The worse the conditions, the better Purple played. If it hadn't been for that fire, perhaps the Machine Head album would not have had such a raw, hard, and realistic tone. A legend born from its ashes. Ritchie Blackmore is one of the most mysterious and talented figures in the rock world. At that time, he used his Stratocaster guitar like a sword. His performance in Highway Star isn't just about speed, it's the product of a mathematical genius. Blackmore didn't just press random notes when writing his solos. He adapted Bach's counterpoint techniques and classical music scales into the rock form. The guitar solo of Highway Star is the pinnacle of this approach. The sharpness in Blackmore's picking and those millimeter gaps between notes set him apart from all guitarists of his era. He wasn't just a guitarist, he was an electric conductor. You cannot talk about Deep Purple without talking about John Lord. Lord was the man who brought classical music education to the rock stage. By taking his Hammond organ and plugging it into a Marshall amp, he achieved that distorted or dirty sound. This sound was the hardest ever to come out of a keyboard until then. The sound resembling machine noise at the beginning of Highway Star actually came from Lord's organ. This was a use of keyboard that challenged the guitar, and sometimes even overshadowed it. John Lord added an orchestral weight to rock music. His keyboard solo represented the mechanical power in the song's highway theme. He was a virtuoso, a revolutionary, and the architect of the Purple sound. Ian Gillan's vocal tone in the 1970s was as powerful as a fighter jet engine. The vocal performance he displayed in Highway Star pushed human limits. Those famous high-pitched screams were not just shouting, but the result of perfect technique and control. He fired every word in the song like a bullet. While shouting, "I'm a highway star," he gave the listener the feeling of truly being inside that speed. When Gillan's energy combined with the band's instrumental power, an unstoppable force emerged. The reason he was one of the first names that came to mind when talking about rock vocals at that time is exactly this attitude in Highway Star: fearless, wild, and technically flawless. Ian Paice is one of the fastest and most technical drummers in rock history. The relentless, forward-pushing tempo of Highway Star is in Paice's wrists. The rhythm he maintains throughout the song is as regular and powerful as the pistons of a racing car. Since Paice was a jazz-rooted drummer, he added an incredible swing and fluidity to his hits. But on the Machine Head album, he combined this fluidity with pure aggressiveness. In Highway Star, the drums are not just a tool for keeping rhythm, but a leader that guides the melodic structure of the song. Paice's fills and those famous snare hits nail you to your seat at every moment of the song. Roger Glover is the invisible hero of Deep Purple. In a high-tempo song like Highway Star, the bass guitar needs to both keep the rhythm and pave the way for the guitar and keyboard. Glover achieves this masterfully. He builds the foundation of the song so solidly that Blackmore and Lord can dance on top as they wish. Glover's bass lines are the engine of the song. Without him, the song wouldn't sound as heavy and threatening. Additionally, Glover was the band's point of balance during the songwriting process. That steady bass line in Highway Star is a lesson for every young musician starting to play bass guitar today. Highway Star is a track that lives up to its name to the fullest. When you listen to the song, you find yourself inside a vehicle traveling at 200 miles per hour. The tempo of the music, the content of the lyrics, and the tone of the instruments all serve this concept of speed. Deep Purple actually sowed the seeds of the speed metal genre with this song. They showed that speed is not just noise, but can be an art form. When you listen to this song while driving on the highway, it's almost impossible to control the urge to step on the pedal. Music and adrenaline have never been so intertwined. This song is the first great rock work synchronized with the speed of modern life. The most striking aspect of Highway Star is Ritchie Blackmore's love for Bach. Those sequential arpeggios in the middle of the guitar solo reflect the classical music discipline of the 18th century. Blackmore proved that rock music does not only consist of blues scales, but that the sophisticated structure of classical music can also be integrated into this music. This solo is not a random attempt at speed, but a composition that was previously notated and meticulously worked on. While other guitarists of that period focused on improvisation, Blackmore approached it like a composer. That's why the Highway Star solo is still studied as an etude in music schools today, a magnificent combination of intelligence and passion. The Machine Head remastered version made in 2012 took Highway Star to a whole other dimension. The warm but sometimes muffled tones of the original recording were cleaned up with the possibilities of digital technology. Now we can hear every vibration in Ian Pace's cymbals and the finest harmonics in John Lord's organ. The remastering process made the song ready for modern ears without damaging its spirit. In this version, the harmony between the bass and drums became even more evident. It's a great luxury to hear every note crystal clear without losing the raw energy Deep Purple captured in that hotel corridor in Montreux that day. This version is the greatest proof of why the song is timeless. Highway Star is the indispensable opening track of Deep Purple concerts. Especially that live version on the Made in Japan album is even wilder than the studio recording. Those improvisational moments of giant musicians competing with each other on stage recreate the song every time. In live performances, the band speeds up the song even more, and those epic battles between Blackmore and Lord last for minutes. When Highway Star starts at a Purple concert, it's impossible for the audience's adrenaline level not to hit the roof. This song is an entity that breathes on stage, grows, and slaps the listener every time. The live recordings are the greatest proof that the band's technical skill involves no tricks. When the Machine Head album was released in 1972, the music world experienced a shock. Along with Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, known as the Big Three, had established their own league with this album. Critics made comments like devastatingly fast and musically revolutionary for Highway Star. While the song rapidly rose in the charts, it was also shaping the future of rock music. Magazines from Rolling Stone to Melody Maker spoke with admiration of Blackmore's guitar technique and the band's functioning like a machine. Highway Star was not just a hit, but also a masterpiece respected by critics. Rock music was no longer just a youth rebellion, but a high art form. Deep Purple had many lineups, but Mark II is always the most special. Gillan, Blackmore, Lord, Pace, and Glover, the chemistry between these five reached its peak in Highway Star. They were both provoking and completing each other. The balance in this song is proof that each member was a world star in their own right. No one steals the spotlight from another. On the contrary, they all serve a common goal, that pure energy. The Mark II lineup set the gold standards of rock music with Highway Star. Even when this lineup disbanded, the legacy of Highway Star continued to live on because the synergy these five captured was unique enough never to be repeated again. Many music historians trace the beginning of heavy metal to Black Sabbath. However, when it comes to speed and technical skill, Highway Star is a true pioneer. Thousands of bands, from Iron Maiden to Metallica, from Judas Priest to Dream Theater, have modeled their structure on Highway Star. The galloping rhythms and neoclassical solos in the song are the building blocks of modern metal. If Highway Star hadn't been written, the speed metal or power metal genres we know today would probably sound very different. Deep Purple accelerated the evolution of the genre by adding military discipline and a passion for speed to rock music. They are the true architects of metal. It would be an injustice to see Highway Star as just a technical success. This song is also a pure explosion of emotion. Freedom. That feeling of eternity felt while alone on the highway has permeated every note of the song. Technical skill is only a tool used to convey this feeling. Gillan's vocals are the scream of that freedom. Blackmore's guitar is the road to that freedom itself. This emotional bond established with the listener is the main reason why the song is still played on radios even 50 years later and excites people of all ages. Highway Star is a machine with a soul. When listening to Highway Star, you feel like you are watching a movie. The sound effects in the song, the rhythm changes resembling gear shifts, and the rising tension offer a cinematic experience. The spirit of those famous car racing movies of the 70s is trapped inside this song. Deep Purple has managed to create not only an auditory, but also a visual world with its music. The structure of the song represents the process from a car starting, accelerating, and finally reaching maximum speed and the engine exploding. This is one of the purest and most energetic forms of storytelling and rock music. The Machine Head album and its locomotive Highway Star made Deep Purple the highest earning and most watched band in the world. The album topped charts worldwide, and the band went on massive transoceanic tours. Highway Star was sung like an anthem everywhere from America to Japan. This success initiated the period when the band was freest, both financially and artistically. Highway Star was the key that allowed the band to be certified as a living legend. Even today, the royalty income and streaming numbers of this song continue to prove what a massive commercial and cultural phenomenon it is. Martin Birch. He was Deep Purple's sound engineer and producer during this period. He is one of the hidden heroes who created that massive sound of Highway Star. Capturing such a full and powerful sound in a hotel room with limited resources was like a miracle for that time. This mix, where every instrument is in its place and does not stifle each other, is still a reference source for sound engineering students. In the remastered version, we understand better how forward-thinking Martin Birch's touches were. That air in the song, that sense of space, has been preserved thanks to Birch's genius and has made Highway Star a wall of sound. And here we are. Highway Star continues to be the polar star of rock music from 1972 to the present day. With this song, Deep Purple didn't just make a hit, they sealed a lifestyle, a speed, and a technical perfection. Ritchie Blackmore's sharp solo, John Lord's roaring organ, and Ian Gillan's thunderous voice will continue to echo in our ears. As long as this song exists, rock music will never grow old. Highway Star will always invite us to that endless highway, to freedom and to pure adrenaline. Keep listening, keep exploring, and never downshift, because we are the children of Highway Star.